Note to all viewers, this video is a follow-up to another video already featured on this channel. If you haven't seen this video, titled The Competitive King, a competitive guide on King Dedede, you should watch that video first before watching this one. The link for said video will be in the description. Now then, for those of you who are previous viewers, let's get on with the video. Well, it looks like the King of Dreamland can't catch a break, as we're back with a quick follow-up video for a few extra tips on playing Dedede competitively. Thanks to some comments in the previous video, I realized I completely forgot about an important part of Dedede's character. That being the use of King Dedede's standard B, Inhale. I am ashamed I forgot to include this in the previous video, and I apologize wholeheartedly to those that were expecting to see it. However, since the video was a big success, you're getting your wish, as I'm going to go over Dedede's standard B and try to explain its many uses. Sit down, people. This could take a while. From a first glance, Dedede's Inhale seems quite similar to that Kirby's move of the same name. While both have similar names and executions, they both have different properties that makes them quite different from one another. First off, Dedede's Inhale has a bigger range than that of Kirby's, as well as having a better control over keeping the opponent inside of you, as, unlike Kirby, you cannot swallow your opponent when playing as Dedede. To make up for the lack of copy ability, Dedede's Inhale release will shoot the opponent much farther than that of Kirby's, reaching a maximum length of about 60% of your typical Omega form / farthest into stage's length. This attack is Dedede's true greatest edgeguarding tool, and makes recovery against Dedede a royal hassle. Exhaling close to the ledge or off stage will usually result in easy gimps, or even a KO from either the exhale, or your opponent just not being able to recover. Since a lot of characters have recoveries that can save them if they're shot that far off stage, Dedede will most likely need to go for a back air or front air to prevent the opponent from coming back after the attack. Or, if you're feeling like you want to be a dick and you have the stock advantage, a good old-fashioned suicide party is always a great choice too. This attack is also a way of countering projectiles from a distance. Even your own Gordo if it gets sent back at you. But the swallowing animation leaves you open for quite a while. Using it in small quantities and only when far away from opponents is recommended. Also, while this attack is incredibly reliable in terms of playing an offstage game, there's two things you should always keep in mind when using it. The first thing you need to keep in mind is that your opponent can struggle to break out of this attack much faster than usual, which will heavily limit your window of using this attack successfully. Struggling may also shorten the length in which the opponent is shot, but the opponents with heavy damage will still be stuck inside Dedede's gut for a while. So try using it more when your opponent is over 100% damage. Another thing to consider is that this move is more useful on heavier characters, and that lighter characters won't fly as far when exhaled and sometimes even beat Dedede back to the stage if they're a character like Jigglypuff. If you're lucky, you may be able to beat them out to the ledge and hit them with an up tilt or an up air if they manage to jump over you. It's risky and not completely reliable, but it can work if your timing is right. So, for a quick summary on when you should use this attack, use this attack out of shield near the ledge to set up gimps. If your opponent is too shield happy, swallow them and set up for a punish. Use this attack out of a jump when your opponent tries to recover overhead. The same can also be said for those that like to roll. Setting up an inhale adjacent to the way you're facing will most likely catch roll happy players. Down smash also works. And using this move to catch a powerful projectile can sometimes be worth it if you don't want to risk a shield break. As for all your offstage options, moving as far offstage before you reach the bottom of the screen than shooting will most likely assure characters like Ganondorf, Mario, and characters with either extremely vertical or horizontal recoveries will be KO'd. And at higher percentages, exhale alone may KO them. Make sure you exhale before Dedede drops out of sight. Since you have 4 jumps, weighing around via float jumping to gimp them is a good tactic. Since Super Dedede Jump has a good range, you'll be able to recover even if you use all 4 jumps. Just stay near the stage and make sure you're jumping straight up to the ledge. Also make sure you're facing the stage before you use the Super Dedede Jump. If your opponent tries to go over the ledge to recover, hopping up to the ledge and then up into the air with a quick up tilt or up air is a possible tactic to use to cancel out the recovery. If you get the angle right, you may be able to meteor smash your opponent with the Super Dedede Jump as you jump in a really low arc onto the stage. This is incredibly hard to pull off, but very satisfying. And lastly, suicide is not cool. The Dedede side, however, is a whole other story. With that, this concludes the King Dedede guide for Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS. And now I can move on to the next character in this series, hereby dubbed Underbrawl, that will look at characters below the comparative quota and show if they're actually better than people give them credit for. Here's a quick sneak peek of what's in store. Also, as another bonus, a couple of folks from Hammerspace will be assisting me in putting together a video for our good old boy, Roy, which will be coming soon. Hope you're looking forward to it. With all that, I've been FeliciaFan444, and I'll see you all next time.